Hi, guys.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Derringer.
Hi, Ari. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Sleepy, but I'm doing all right.
Sleepy.
I'm looking forward to this episode.
Yeah, this is a good one.
It actually seems like something that hopefully we won't get too carried away on, but that we're very opinionated on, which is going to be fun. Welcome back to Sexual Relations Podcast, everyone.
Woo!
Yay.
Amazing.
Episode
9.
She's on it now. Woohoo!
Not because I just read.
No, she definitely didn't just read that I wrote episode 9. Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Would
no.
you have remembered if
I actually was thinking about it earlier today so that I could remember to say it properly.
on the drive here? You're like,
Episode 9. Episode 9.
Yes. So this is episode 9, and we are doing it on attraction.
Woo!
From human to human.
From human to human. Actually, I'm a little bit of an alien, but whatever.
Okay.
Moving on past
all right.
that.
We're just gonna move past that. So yeah, we're going over attraction, like anything and everything that has to do with it. The ins and the outs, different types of attraction, what can pull you to a person, all the fun stuff.
All of the fun stuff.
I have it written down this time, so hopefully I don't forget. Yay.
Certain points.
Prepared. Woohoo.
Woo!
But Ari, just a quick recap. How was your week?
Pretty good. Pretty good. It's been a little busy. Been doing a lot of work and then some me stuff.
Me
but
stuff
not,
is good. Me stuff
not
is good.
bad. Yeah. You gotta get it a little every once in a while,
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? How's your week been?
Just a lot of work.
Mm.
A lot of work, and had to take my cat to the vet.
Yeah.
But she's good.
Okay.
She's good for everyone who cares.
Her name is Vita.
Her name is Vita.
She's very cute.
Yeah, because she was with me when I started my new life, when I moved out on my own. Yay, I'm cute, right?
That's why her name is Vita?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. That's so cute.
Yeah, and I also gave her a new life because she didn't have a home.
Yeah.
So it was like, it's
Yeah.
kind of like full circle.
Oh.
Anyways, I was very attracted to her,
Yeah.
She was so cute.
Yeah. Interesting.
All right. Well, I'm just going to start with, I thought it'd be super cute just to start with a definition of attraction.
Yeah.
So the definition of attraction is the action or power of evoking interest, pleasure, or liking for someone or something.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very in depth, and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's to the point, but also,
Broad
Yeah.
in a good way.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So attraction is the driving factor for most things in life, I feel like, whether it's
Definitely
people
say so,
or
yeah.
hobbies or whatever.
Everything, basically. Yeah.
So I thought it would be a good, fun episode to be talking about, mainly with humans, not things.
There's any cats out there listening, Vita?
Vita, I love you. So yeah, I think maybe we can start with just the different types of. From what I found, there's 5 general types of attraction, and we can kind of just go down the list and give our opinions on those, and then we can go from there, I guess.
We can just see where it takes
us.
us.
Do that, and we can ask each other questions and things.
And things.
Should we start talking like this on our podcast and be extra sexy?
I don't even know if I could, honestly.
I need to bring out that deep voice, Ari. Bring out that deep voice.
I wanted to try it so bad. Sorry. Hey, how's it going, sexy? I had to bring it back in my. I feel like my throat's hold on. Let's put ourselves back here and then
take it deep.
What's up? Hi, sexy.
You could be good. You should be like a sex phone worker.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That works?
Yeah. I'm just gonna cover myself.
Oh, God.
All right.
Anyway.
So I'm gonna leave the most obvious. Obvious. All right. Good start. Run it back. Restart it. All right. So I'll leave the most obvious form of attraction at the very end.
Okay.
Or for the last one because it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
So the first one we're gonna start with is proximity, which is literally just being around somebody enough who you might not even find attractive to begin with, or they might even be annoying to you, but you're around them so often that they might just become all of a sudden you're like, kind of like that person.
Yeah, this is definitely where the mere exposure effect comes into play.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, wow, this person's really in my life, and then you actually have to start paying attention to them, basically.
Yeah, it's a weird one because and it usually just happens like in the places that obviously the places you are most, because it means that they're also there a lot.
Yeah.
So like it could be, I don't know, coworkers or even just like acquaintances of friends. They just happen to be with the friends you hang out with also all the time. You might be that. It might be that guy who's fucking annoying as shit to the girl, and then one day she's like, he's very fun though.
Definitely has happened to me. That's how my current situation happens. So that's where
God,
we're
that
at.
guy's fucking annoying. 2 months later, hey, what's up?
It's like, wow, you look so sexy tonight. What
Hey,
changed?
I like you. So yeah, like acquaintances or like for my instance, at least, what could have been at least before COVID was at the gym. I was there so often. Like I could have met someone. I mean, I was in a relationship at the time, but
Yeah.
when you're there that often, you know what?
What's gonna happen this next month then?
Ooh, I don't know what that means, but yeah. You saying because I got a gym membership again?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're gonna live there again, so.
We'll see. But yeah, I mean, actually, like my last relationship was from we were at work together.
Yeah.
We've kind of gone. I don't know if
I don't
talked
know
about
if you
when
mentioned,
we started, but yeah, she used to work for me.
For you.
All right. Yeah. So that is how that relationship happened. But yeah, proximity is like one that you don't really think about, but then you're like, hold on a second.
Yeah, I feel like you definitely start to at some point realize how much in your life they are, and then you, like how you said it, like the climbing gym, like you realize you have like certain things that pull you guys into the same things as well.
Yeah, they're very unintentionally involved in your life.
Yeah.
And then you're dating.
Yeah.
And then this one's hard for me to say. I've been practicing. Reciprocity. I don't.
I knew this is a
Like
word because I was thinking about this
but
word on the way here too. This is like that other word that I couldn't say. I gotta see it. I can't look at it anymore. Anyway, feeling that reciprocation from someone.
Correct. Yeah. So that could be like even just it's basically giving off the same vibe to each other.
Yes.
Essentially. So basically flirting.
Reciprocity.
Close enough. Close. Yeah. So literally just flirting or being like. Or like, hey, I like you, or I like you too. That's as simple as it can be.
Yeah.
I mean, most people aren't that straightforward with each other.
No.
Unfortunately.
But also.
Anytime I've tried that, I never got heard back from them.
Aw. We should have like a sad little. We should have like an NPC that's just like.
Soundboard.
Yeah.
We're
That'd
not
be
rich.
cute. Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah. I mean, actually, there's probably apps you can put on your computer, but it's fine. Ari's like shocked right now. What?
There's that.
There's a thing?
What? Welcome to the future.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna say it.
That word.
I'm not gonna continue to try saying it. Yeah. So just giving off basically the same vibes to each other. And it's if you don't get that back, and it is a one-way street, it's like kind of painful.
Definitely. Yeah.
Because like you might be good friends, but they just don't feel that extra that you feel. And they don't reciprocate how
friend
you
zone.
want to. Yeah. Have you ever friend zoned people?
Oh.
On purpose?
No.
You just one day realize that they were into you, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I guess technically, not on purpose, but like once I found out that they did like me, I was like, well, this isn't gonna be a thing, so we can continue being friends if you want.
But I like you
as a friend. Yeah. But it's not like I did it on purpose.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because you're just a sweetheart.
Oh.
And we just had a whole episode about how you're over caring.
You know what? We're not.
You can't hide it anymore,
evil,
Ari.
okay?
She's not.
I don't like to be nice.
She likes
I don't
to
like to feel
she likes to
nice.
say
I like
that
to
she
feel
has
evil.
An icy heart, but it's not.
I have icy hands.
It's true.
Yeah.
Don't touch me. So I'm wearing a hoodie today. And then the next one, which is a big part of like starting relationships, especially not so much just like being attracted to someone, but just having similarities with each other, is a big thing for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being able to, I mean, that's another big thing of like proximity too. Like
yeah, I was gonna say
usually you're not just around each other to be around each other, unless it's like work, then that's different. But a lot of the time it's you guys are doing things already that you like with each other, which is cool. So just like any activities, hobbies, I don't know, sports. What other things?
I mean,
Art, reading,
you
things
can
like that.
any little thing that you find
Yeah.
interesting. I mean, if you see someone there, they'll hopefully find that interesting as well and aren't just being posers. But you also run across those guys.
I'm not a poser. And then I feel like this one's a little too broad, but like it was in there, so I was like, all right, we'll put it in familiarity,
Which
which I feel like is like the proximity and similarity like
yeah.
like combined
Mm-hmm.
is familiarity, and I kind of just put down like they can be basically having a long friendship or something.
Yeah.
So someone you're just very familiar with, not necessarily that you just realize that you had a thing for him because you're around him all the time, just because you're very comfortable with him,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're like, well, I give it a shot.
Yeah. It's like those long-term friendships that are just like they were in high school together and then
Yeah,
didn't become high school sweethearts, but they like became.
but they're like besties still.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure,
Mhm.
for sure, for sure. And then I kind of like wrote that like those four, I mean, plus some extra spice and sugar and all that stuff. Sugar, spice, and everything nice.
Complex.
Fuck yeah. Those four kind of combined make like the personality of a person.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like all these is not like one of these traits or occasions or anything like that is gonna make you just automatically attracted to someone. It's usually the combination of a few things.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then I'm like separating these four because the other one's kind of its own whole category.
Yeah.
But these four, I feel like, are kind of a part of what develops somebody's personality and why you're around those people to begin with.
Yeah.
And why you enjoy their presence, whether you found them annoying to begin with, and then you realize it's all positive energy. They're super hyper all the fucking time. You're like, okay, they're sweethearts. They're just extra. So yeah, those four are kind of just proximity, the R1, similarities, and familiarity are just kind of like the structure to someone's personality, or the areas where you find each other, basically.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else for those four? We're kind of speeding through them, but
Not necessarily. I mean, I feel like we definitely like talked at the same time with a lot of these too. So.
yeah, we are excited for this episode.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you on the whole. Like those things are like the similarity. Obviously, that's where your like hobbies go into play and
Yeah.
stuff. And if your proximity also gets into play, like if you're around each other, let's say at the climbing gym
Yeah,
all the time, like you're gonna see them all the time. You have the same hobbies, like you hang out probably with the same people if you're there. So it's just kind of all a mixture of, and then you start to learn that person basically. So
yeah, and you can you can kind of use like social media to make these
Stalk.
things happen in a healthy way. You're like, oh, you go climbing. Well, guess what?
You
You know so and so through these pictures. I'm gonna text them and be like, yo, when's he or she gonna be there? So you accidentally
wow.
are within
Yeah.
proximity of each other.
Mm-hmm.
So you can make these things happen with the new world.
With the new world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the future
Whole
again.
new world.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I feel like I need to go higher pitched.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Ready?
Yeah.
A whole new world.
I love the vibrato in that. That
I
was
tried,
beautiful. That was amazing.
Working
Good
on
job.
it. Yeah. All right. All right. And so the last one is we're talking about its whole own category is I feel like there's just a lot of subcategories within it. Is just straight up physical attraction.
Yeah.
and
Which is
there's-
also the one that we said was obvious because
Yeah, because for me, that's where it starts. Not for everyone, for a lot of people. Does it start there for you too?
well, yeah, that's
Okay.
what I was gonna say. I feel like when people are like, I don't look at someone's body
You're
or
like,
whatever,
"Shut
and
the
you're
fuck
like,
up."
shut up. What actually made you look at that person to begin with? They were fucking hot, so you looked
Yeah.
over, and then you realized,
Or I mean, they could just be super loud.
yeah, that's just smack my.
It-
That's a very good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, you don't know that person
Right.
yet if it's
Yeah.
like the first time you're seeing them. So it's the first time you're seeing them, you're just like,
Yeah.
oh.
They can mean
wow.
there's definitely those things that can pull you. I mean, aside from physical attraction, that can pull you into someone without really even like you might know what someone looks like, but you've never really looked at them. You know,
Mhm.
just around each other. So you're like, oh, I know. Hey, what's up? But like when you come face to face and have a conversation with someone for the first time, then you're like, oh, or
It's like
like
you
you're
look
cool,
cuter from
but
back there.
you're like friend attractive. I don't want to put it in you,
Nah.
or you put it in me. I don't
Nah.
want
Is-
to. but yeah, physical attraction is a huge driving factor for myself. And like you said, I hate when people are like, I don't care. I'm just like, I get it. It's not going to be the only thing, and I'm not saying that should be the only thing that
No, definitely not.
people care about. But for a lot, and I think most people, that's where it starts.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people are afraid to admit that.
That's
They don't
want to
be like judgmental.
They don't want to be shallow. It's
yeah,
like, just
like,
fucking stop lying. Be honest with yourself.
It's okay to be
It's
attracted
fine.
to someone because they're hot.
It's human nature. Like,
or not be attracted to someone because they're
not hot.
attractive to you.
Yeah.
They might, like, everyone can find love in someone who thinks they're attractive, but just because you don't think someone's attractive, or your friend doesn't think that whoever you're attracted to is attractive, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's whoever you're into is what matters.
Yeah.
Physically. And then from there it builds up. But I kind of wanted to go into so I was like reading stuff, and I was like, it's kind of true, or I feel like it's kind of true, but do you think physical attraction has a bigger play? And I'm just going to say in heterosexual people, cuz I don't have experience with the other world. But do you think physical attraction is stronger for male or female?
That's
like,
a very
does it
good
matter
question.
more to males or females?
Again, I mean, I feel like stereotypically.
Taking your own opinion out.
Okay, stereotypically, I think guys look at attraction stuff way more than girls, but it's only because like we're taught that men are constantly thinking about sex and like, you know, whatever, and guys are just more open about like, wow, that chick is so fucking hot, and like you just hear these conversations.
Yeah.
But being completely honest, like I feel like females, women, whatever, also definitely check people out, and
For
like,
sure.
Again, I feel like it's that whole, why are you lying to yourself? Like,
Yeah.
just because.
And I'm not saying that, I mean, I know for a fact I have coworkers and like women that are comfortable with me, so they'll like talk to me about these things.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that this exists, but it's not as out there as guys are about it. Guys come off as like fucking assholes about it.
Yeah.
But I don't think they all mean to, but they're just like, dude, what the fuck? And then we all just turn our heads and we're like, dude.
Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Like, guys are a little more open about it. But I think it also depends on, like, what crowd you're with. Like, if you're hanging out with, like, a bunch of lesbians or something, and they're open like that, or even just, like, like, my cousin and I will just, like, check people out all the time, and since we were young, have been like, damn, that chick's fucking hot. So it just kind of depends on, like, I think it depends on who you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Having those open conversations, but.
It's so cool, like, being able to, like, I've worked with a lot of lesbian women, and it's actually throughout my career with Vans, I've met a lot of people in the gay lesbian community, and bisexual.
Because we cool, baby.
Because we cool.
We fucking cool.
Not me, but you guys. And it's been so much fun. Like, I've become friends with a lot of gay guys, which is super fun when you work with them all day, especially when they get irritated with customers and shit. But when you like having like more lesbian women as friends, and you get to check out women together.
See,
it's so much fun. Like, you and me talk about ass all the time.
Oh my god, yeah. we could be eating dinner, and some girl will pass by and be like, damn, did you see the fucking ass?
Hey,
on
yo,
that
did
guy?"
you? All right, look.
2:00. Oh.
Yeah, that's super cool. But I also not so much like are men and women open about it? Like, do you think it matters more to men or women?
To men or women?
In the heterosexual world.
Again, I think stereotypically it's definitely more of a guy thing, maybe.
Yeah,
from what it seems like.
I thought this was kind of like a funny angle from it, mainly because you see a lot of very beautiful women with just dog shit looking guys. Mm-hmm. And you're like, how the fuck?
You're either funny, you either have a lot of money, you're a mixture of those, or you're fucking great at sex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
And you're like, why? Come on.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I just thought that was, because in my eyes, for sure, guys are very, are a lot more, I guess, judgmental when it comes to physical attraction. Mm-hmm. And women are a little bit more lax and open to not having like the top tier guy.
Yeah.
As long as they're like good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like for me personally, I think confidence is something that I find very attractive. Mm-hmm. So if you're like not super hot, but you're just confident and aware of your body, and you're just like
You just hold
you
yourself
hold
up.
yourself.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, fuck, dude. Let's talk.
What's up? 4 inches? I work with it.
Yeah, because
How you use it though.
it really it really just does depend on how you carry yourself and stuff. And
That is a huge factor when it comes to attraction. Like you could be the most like handsome guy or most beautiful woman, but if you're lack that confidence, or like even if you like simply walking with like bad posture can be like a total
yeah. Or also taking it on the other extreme, you're too confident.
Yeah.
And then you're just like,
a
oh,
douchebag.
you're annoying. Like, get the fuck out of my face.
What's the female version of a douchebag? Even though a douchebag is for women.
Yeah. A douche?
Douche.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Ladies? Comment?
Let us know.
Message us on Instagram.
What is the equivalent of a douchebag for a chick?
Women. Yeah. I don't know. Like there's,
I
know
honestly
there's
just
cock blocking and then twat swatting.
Yeah, I have no fucking idea, honestly.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. But yeah, then there's anyways. Confidence is a huge driving factor when it comes to being attractive to someone, and then overconfidence is a huge negative.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, not everyone. Some people like that overconfidence, that quote unquote big dick energy.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. I hate when people take items and say like, oh, that has big dick energy.
That happened today when I was at work. We were talking, or we were like using machine gun thingies.
What?
Yeah, you know, like those not machine guns, muscle gun. It's because that's how fast it was.
Like a Theragun?
Yeah.
The massage gun?
Yeah. And one of them was bigger than the other, and they were like, "Wow, that one's got big dick energy," and I was like, "The massage thing? Like, what?" Like, okay, I guess.
I was watching a YouTube video, and they were talking about shoes, and someone was talking about Vans.
What?
And they were saying that like they liked only like sneakers, and they said that whoever like guys that wear Vans have little dick energy, and I was like,
motherfuckers, come on.
How do you relate? Like it was. I don't want to go too far into it, but yeah, shit like that.
That's ridiculous.
Like,
yeah,
this is so stupid.
Hey, your fridge right there, it's got some little dick energy. Like what? How do you apply
my fridge
that?
is cute.
Your fridge is really cute. I was gonna say big dick energy originally, but then you said little dick first, so I was like, it just stayed in my head.
Great.
It's
now
cute.
I'm just
I
related
like
to
it.
little dicks. Sick.
Hey man, your fridge has big dick energy. Okay.
Fuck yeah. You hear that? Fist bump. Nice. And then all right. So, do you think that opposites attracting is like a real thing? Or, yeah, I'll start there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Only because of like your last relationship, how we've like talked about how you guys had certain things that you didn't have, like certain hobbies that you enjoyed and stuff, and so you guys kind of were on opposites.
Yeah. And I kind of went over how we started with just physicalness.
Yeah. Physicalness.
Physicality.
Physicality.
There it is.
Big words. We should like look through a dictionary.
Yeah. She's smarter than me, so.
Oh no, I think we're probably on the same level, honestly.
All right.
Hey. Yeah, I think opposites can definitely attract. Is it more?
Do you think opposites attracting can last?
To an extent, I feel like when you're with a person for a certain extent, I feel like you just naturally end up kind of having similarities one way or another. But opposites can very much attract. I mean, I've dated. Actually, now that I think about it, I've dated a lot of people that are very much opposite of me.
Like the pretty boy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, God, I
You're
feel like I've dated too many of those now. Like, that's disgusting. I should stop.
I mean, the person you're dating now is pretty, like, you guys are pretty similar. In a lot of things, not like personality necessarily, but a lot of like your activities. And interests and things like that are very similar. Definitely. Which is cool.
So okay, Derringer, do you think opposites attract?
Yes, but I think it's mostly physical.
Okay.
Opposites attracting can work. I think the only way it works, like relationship wise, is with willingness to be open and communicate, which is not super likely for the high percentage of people, especially when someone's very against the grain of what you typically do, whatever. But I think the interest of opposites attracting is you're like, you kind of just like want to know what that world is like, I guess.
Yeah.
Or know, like, say, I feel so take just like good girls and bad guys. It's like a very stereotypical one, right? It's like, why do good girls fall for like in lust with all these bad guys? It's like,
because they're hot.
Well, it's like right, they're hot, but it's also, I think it's just like these girls. And again, I'm not basing off anything. I'm just going off of stereotypes.
You know what I immediately thought of?
What?
Grease.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's just so like in that scenario, I think it's like, oh, they live such a proper life and their family and all everything's like clean and white and pretty all the time. But then they have this guy who's just like,
yeah,
fuck the world.
Yeah, I think it's definitely it piques your interest.
Yeah.
And you're just like very curious about that lifestyle. So I think you're definitely right. It attracts you at first.
Yeah. But then there's not much to hold you there.
Yeah.
For unless there's like that bad boy or bad girl, whatever direction it's coming from, is willing to give into the other world, because they are so like the good side of that is so used to their world one way, they can only be attracted to like the dirty world for so long, you know.
The dirty world.
The dirty world. Not necessarily just sex, but there's clean and dirty is basically what I'm getting at, you know. And it's actually kind of a good segue into, I kind of have some things written down that can keep you there attracted to someone, which is I think a big thing that a lot of people don't think about when they find themselves attracted to someone, is like where, I mean, it's hard to think of where something's going to go because you don't fucking know until you get there, basically.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things like we kind of went over, like confidence and like drive are kind of a big thing. And I think if people lack that in like a relationship or just like dating, say you're casually dating someone, I think I just said think.
I think.
I'm now Oliver Sykes from Bring Me the Horizon.
Freaky Frinky.
What?
I'm trying to think of the Diane Ward song. I think you're Frinky, and I like it a lot.
I really think you're freaky. I don't fucking know. I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I think if you're casually dating someone, you're just getting to know them, they're like a couple months in, you know, you're not like in a super deep relationship. If you can usually see pretty quickly if somebody is lacking that drive in their life to like not, I guess, kind of better themselves, because I think everyone should want to be like a slightly better version of themselves, like on a day-to-day or weekly basis or whatever. And I think if you're with someone who, at least if it's something that's close to you, or something you're very passionate about bettering yourself, and you see the person you're attracted to is not like that, then it like starts to dwindle.
Oh, definitely.
For sure.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if you're thinking about being with this person, you know, for the rest of whatever, and they're not showing any initiative, you're like, well, how are we going to work this out then? Like, how's this going to work out long-term wise? Like, if you're not having any thoughts or, like you said, drive for, like, yourself in your plans
whether
for the rest
it's like
of
your career
or anything really, just like
even
you
sex
just
drive.
Yeah, even sex drive. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, I definitely think that that's having drive and confidence in that aspect is very important.
For sure, 100%. And it kind of like will lead into like taking care of yourself health wise as well. And I mean, it kind of, I think a lot of people in these like kind of two situations, they give their person or whoever's like, especially it's even harder if you're actually in love with this person. Like this things start to happen when you're like a year plus in, when you're like actually really attached, and it's not, you can't just be like, all right, I'm out. You need like, it takes some effort to like dip out unless you're cold hearted or a douchebag. It takes, I think a lot of people give their partner too much leeway for too long in these areas to like better themselves.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think so it drags on, and it usually drags the person who's doesn't have any drive starts to drag down the other person, and then that whoever is like really trying to better their partner is finally decides to end it, but then the person who was like fucking up to begin with then betters themselves.
Yeah, of course.
and then you see as like the person who really wanted them to get better, you then see them bettering themselves with somebody else.
Yep.
And that fucking sucks.
It does suck. It sucks so much. You're just like, dude, this is literally what I wanted when we were together, and you couldn't fucking figure that shit out until I left, and now you're having that happiness and stuff. Which, whatever, it's fine because at least they're happy. And you should move on with your life. But it's definitely frustrating.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's definitely a diminishing factor in relationships is lack of drive and wanting to take care of your health. Well, I guess that works.
Yeah,
take care. I was trying to say yourself, but trying to take care of yourself in a healthy way, whether it's physically or nutrition or whatever, mentally especially.
Yeah.
Like if you start to doubt yourself, which is fine, everyone does that, but if you don't see it and try to work on it or communicate to your partner or reach out or whatever, then it starts to drag the other person down. That's not okay for you. It's not okay for you to do it to yourself, for one, but definitely not okay for you to drag somebody else down who's trying to help that you're not willing to give into that help. And then another one, like a more physical one, is hygiene.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge factor.
That is a very big factor.
I think it's a lot of guys lack that.
Really? You think so? Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like it's just we don't care as much.
I think it definitely depends on how you were raised. Well, not how you were raised, but like for example, my dad is like super OCD and was like, my grandma was very like, he was the first one and she was very like stringent on like, you're going to clean everything. You're going to be very clean, which is why I am very clean. My mom is not clean. My mom's like a hoarder and I can't stand that shit. So I'm very glad that I got that from my dad.
Yeah.
But I've definitely dated guys who don't really care about any of that stuff. And over time, that's kind of a part of the reason why the relationship kind of fell apart.
Right. It kind of diminishes like the surrounding attraction.
Yeah, exactly. Because then you're just like, I don't want to like, I don't even want to touch you right now. Just go shower first. Like, what?
I know you just
go
showered,
brush your teeth.
Just shower again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like for myself, I tend to just pick up. I don't deep clean very often, but I make it look like, especially
it's presentable.
In my place, it's like you walk in and you'd be like, it's all right.
A dude lives here for sure.
For sure. It's not dirty, but it's not clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely something that could affect if you're crazy attracted to someone still or not. And then this one's kind of broad, but like willingness to I hit your knee again.
You hit my knee.
Like willingness to really just give in any shape or form to your. This is more like in a relationship. Willingness to give back to your partner, which is something I've lacked. My chin hair got stuck to the mic, which is definitely something I've lacked in my relationships, in multiple, and you think you're getting better, but you're not in situations, but willingness to give, and not just take in a relationship.
Yeah.
Is, giving is attractive if your partner's really just willing to give in any shape or form, especially emotionally.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely the issue though where, like you said, where the other person may or may not be like, they're just kind of taking. I think it depends on who you're dating, but if that person's a little more narcissistic and it doesn't come naturally to them either, and you're such a giver, then there's you start to, maybe not in the beginning, but you do start to notice at some point that one of you is not doing more, but like, I guess giving more than the other, and then becomes an issue.
Yeah.
So
100%.
You have to have some kind of balance.
Emotional and especially sex.
Yeah. Yep.
As you all know, if you listen since the beginning, I give a lot and don't receive a lot, which sucks.
Yeah.
But it should be it shouldn't be like that for whether you're male or female. It shouldn't be like that. It should be pretty equal. It's never going to be equal because there's usually one partner who's more willing to give sexually, but it should be a give and take, not just.
But if you find that one person, damn, dude, fucking stick with that person for.
Keep him.
Go for it.
Yeah, and then I lost my page. Do you have anything else for willingness? No.
Yes, I mean, we can go on for hours, but it's gonna be like this.
We're trying to stay on top of moving forward, not get stuck on topics.
Yeah, because we can sidetrack all day.
Yeah. It'll go off into music and then movie quotes and then for no reason.
No.
And then I kind of looked up the law of attraction. And from what I got from it is basically thinking positively towards yourself and thinking things into existence.
Manifestation.
Yes. Which I had no idea that's what like law of attraction really, it's not like the definition, but
Yeah.
it's like the general idea of it. And I had no idea that's what it was.
Yeah.
But that makes really like a lot of sense. If you don't think positively of yourself, no one, okay, there might be somebody, but it's not very likely you're going to pull attraction to yourself, especially from the people you want to be attracted to you, if you're just down in the gutters on yourself all the time.
How come that's a thing?
What?
I was like, how come that's a thing for me then?
Damn it, Ari. We're working on this.
Yeah, I think law of attraction, like manifestation, it's very important to, I mean, there's like the rule of like what you put out there is what you like pull back in, basically. So like karma and stuff like that all goes into it. But if you want a specific thing, you put forth those thoughts, you put action into it as well, and then you receive those things. Like,
it's definitely not just thought also.
Yeah, that's what I was like, you have to have actions. You can't just be like, oh, I really wish this one thing would happen, and then nothing.
If I think about it, it'll happen. No, not just that.
You have to put some kind of
and it's especially like kind of what you were saying, like you can you think about it, and then like you say you see a person you're very attracted to, and you're around, you're in the proximity of these people all the time. You have similarities, you do similar activities and shit like that, but you just don't give off good energy. That person's never going to come near you.
Yeah.
So you have to first start with yourself, and then learn how to put that energy out. Like this is the kind of person I want to be. Now, how do I show people this is who I am?
Yeah.
And they still might not be attracted to you, but that's okay. But you might pull somebody even better into your life by just bettering yourself, which is what I think everyone should work towards in their lives in general.
Yeah. Even like small things.
Yeah. It's like I think working on many small things is better than trying to have one huge goal.
Yeah.
Towards yourself, at least. It's good to have huge goals in your life, but then you need to have like milestones to get there. And
exactly.
Stuff. Like, okay, this is the kind of person I want to be. Now, what are all the little things I need to do to get there?
It's like the whole what's the saying? Something about the journey. What's the one saying about the journey? It's not the it's not the destination, it's the journey. Or whatever that saying is. I think
I don't know.
Hopefully people get what I'm trying to say.
We're going on an adventure.
It's like one of those things that you see in restrooms, like your friend's mom's restroom. That's like, it's not the destination, it's the journey along the way.
A sign they bought at
or
Hobby
something.
Lobby.
Yeah, exactly. But it's very true. Like, it's not just the big thing.
Yeah.
It's the process of you getting there. It's the process of you becoming more of this.
People seeing that, like, there's a lot of times where I don't want to post things on social media.
Yeah.
Where like you're working on yourself, but then you want people to know that you're better internally, and you're like trying to show things off that you've worked on yourself.
Yeah.
You want people to see that, so you kind of pull more attention towards yourself in a good way. And I think it's healthy, but then unhealthy when you start to
fixate on it.
Right, when you fixate on more what other people think of what you're doing with your life rather than what you think. Like I would like when I cut my hair, a lot of people freaked out. Like my sister was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?"
What happened?
Are you going through a midlife or a quarter life crisis? I was like, no, I just wanted to.
Just needed a change.
But yeah, like a lot of people like freaked out, and I was like, oh, what do you think? And they're like, well, what do you think? I'm like, I like it. I just want to know what you think. I dyed my hair red.
I clearly did it.
I buzzed my head, great, but I also dyed it. Like I just want to know like what you think. That's it. So, but yeah, that's like just kind of an example I could think of off the top of my head because it's most recent.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I made this choice and I really wanted to do it, and I actually, before I even did it, people would ask me like, well, "What do you think you're gonna look like?" I'm like, honestly, I think I'll rock the fuck out of a buzzed head. I don't really care.
And you do.
Yeah.
It fucking works.
Thanks.
I was so sad when you told me that you were gonna cut your hair because I fucking loved your hair.
Yeah.
But I love your hair now. Like you pull it off very well. Sir.
I've had a lot
Good
of people support me, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm going to talk about myself for a second.
Woo!
So personally, I've been doing a lot of these things I'm talking about right now. Working on myself this whole year has been about like having a creative drive to my life. So I've picked up hobbies and worked on things internally and shit like that. I mean, I think a lot of people have this past year because everyone's been at home.
Everyone finally had the time to do it.
Yeah, everyone's been at home and just literally just like stare at a wall, think about yourself. And if you didn't do that, you should have.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've taken a lot of these things and kind of like trying to push my life forward in like not a completely different direction, but a better direction. And I've had a lot more support come into my life. And it's nice.
Yeah.
And it's not people like trying to suck up to me. It's just like them actually being supportive, which is nice. But it's in me doing my own thing. And it's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like seeing people genuinely being interested in your life rather than like you reaching out asking like, hey, what did you think of that?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like I mean, I've seen you through this whole process, and I feel like you were in your little cocoon stage, and now you're like this beautiful butterfly.
I'm like still coming out.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're
not
like
a butterfly yet.
still doing your cocoon phase towards the end.
Yeah,
but you're like maybe like little wings are starting to pop out.
Sorry, I almost just screamed a quote from the other guys.
Oh, oh!
I'm a peacock, Captain. You gotta let me fly on this one.
Yes, that is a great one.
Yeah. But yeah, I just kind of want to touch on that because like this, I didn't find myself attractive anymore emotionally. Oh. Like physically is
you
like.
You should have just hung out with me for a day, and I would have been like, "You're here. I'm gonna bring you fucking right up here."
Ari likes to gas me up a lot, guys.
That's just kind of also my personality.
Yeah,
but yeah, you're like one of my favorites. So yes, I will gas you up all fucking day.
So like I just didn't find myself attractive anymore. I just broke up with my ex.
Yeah.
And so all this shit started happening, and like I went like not in like a downward spiral, just kind of like negative thoughts, and that's when you got to catch yourself quick.
Definitely.
Because I had just gotten like right when I started dating her. It's when I like kind of pulled myself out of a big slope. And so I kind of knew that I was headed that direction. I was like, dude, I got to stop and fucking find something to take me in a new direction. And so I think a lot of people need to do that. You need to be quote of the episode for myself is going to be, you got to be attracted to yourself before anyone else is going to be attracted to you emotionally or physically.
Yeah. And that's part of the reason why I was going to say, like, I love seeing you like do this whole investing in yourself process. It's really cool. It's honestly inspired me to invest in myself a little bit more because I'm, you know me, I'm so like negative and insecure and really don't love myself too much.
I try to help.
I know, and I appreciate it a lot.
I do it by yelling. She's like, I'm sorry.
I know, like I'm sorry, I didn't.
And that's honestly what you said. It was a really good way to put it, and I thought about it a lot. I've thought about that saying a lot. Is self-investment is like, it's the perfect like saying.
It really, yeah.
And I don't think enough people put self-investment as a top priority in their life.
Yeah, I think a lot of people push, especially if they're in a relationship, like they start thinking as the relationship instead of like themselves.
Yeah.
And they can get.
You need to be two individuals who come together, and we're not a one piece.
And co-create, you know, the relationship and make it better. But yeah, like for me personally, I am definitely still trying to learn that. I'm trying to like learn to invest in myself, and it's even with like purchases. Like I don't like spending that much money on myself, and like I'll spend like I could easily drop $500 on you and like not even drop more than like $100 on myself, if that.
Hey, Ari,
you need a sugar mama?
The episode right here.
But yeah, it's definitely very important to self-invest.
Yeah, 100%.
And I know it's super cliche, but you know how people are like, you can't truly love someone until you love yourself. Yeah. I'm very much learning that.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think everyone needs to get there. A certain time in their life.
Yeah.
It's going to take, some people might think they like themselves until they realize, like, when they're alone for too many days in a row or something, that they hate themselves.
Yeah.
And they just become what other people want them to be. Or,
exactly.
or what they think other people are going to like, which is.
They become too
self-obsessed
I've done that. With that. Yeah.
I know you said that in past relationships, you've kind of become
the person that I'm dating.
Became.
Yeah. I like morph into a like. Yeah. Girl-ish version of
you wear
them.
Flannels? I wear flannels.
I wear flannels. Yeah.
You're grunge. I'm grunge.
You listen to Kanye. I listen to Kanye. Like what?
I'm a lyrical genius. All right. Let's take it off a serious note, and let's just have a little bit of fun for our last like 15-20.
Sick.
Ari, what's your most what's your go-to physical attraction Let's start with a
Okay.
male because
I was
we'll
gonna say,
do
ooh,
both.
depends.
We'll start with males.
For a guy, it's so funny, but I just realized that this is kind of in the middle, like for both. But smiles are a big thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
I've realized everyone that I've dated has a fucking beautiful smile. And I think that's just because I love dorky, funny people.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're like, that side is brought out in front of me, I'm just gonna be like, hi, you're cute and dorky and quirky. I can totally talk to you. But physically, I think it's definitely hair.
What? Like
Yeah.
body hair or just head hair?
No, not body hair.
Or the
face
the
and
carpet?
no. Honestly, it's so fucking stupid, but I'm like, be bare everywhere except for like have a lot of hair on your head and on your face is like we're chilling. I've dated a lot of like kind of pretty boyish looking people, but I love the grunge and like darker rocker type
yeah.
look. I definitely
little bit of dirt in there.
little yeah.
A little bit of just rub it in a little bit.
Just
Yeah.
a little bit. For chicks,
Mm.
the ass, homie. She's gotta have a fucking ass. Like, I'm sorry. Even guys too. Like, if you have a good butt, I'm like, damn,
What's
dude,
up?
fucking squeezing them cheeks in them fucking pants. Damn. But for girls, 100%. Like,
Yeah.
I'm such an ass person.
What about like on the front?
Again, smile. Honestly,
Okay.
like I'm pretty sure it's so lame, but like I'm pretty sure
It's
smile
not
is like
lame.
the first thing that I'm just like, wow.
That-
Look at how beautiful you look when you're happy
Somebody-
and smiling.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's smile shows a lot of
Yeah.
like what kind of person they are and where they're kind of at in their
Mhm.
life right now.
If they take care of themselves,
Yeah,
like
I
you
mean,
gotta-
it can be. It can also be like a defense mechanism
yeah.
because like I mean, a lot of comedians and shit are like
Mhm.
severely depressed.
Oh yeah,
but
100%.
You
Why
can
do you
at
think I'm
least
so
see that
fucking
they
hilarious?
can that lives within them though. That happiness lives within them somewhere. And you can see that part of them,
Yeah.
which is very attractive when
Mhm.
someone's having a good time.
Yeah.
Like I think I've talked to a lot of people, or I've talked to actually a lot of girls. I've talked to them about like dating apps and stuff, and they're like, if I see a guy having a good time with his friends in pictures, that's attractive. If it was just a bunch of selfies, I don't like it. And I'm like, okay.
You're too
Guys!
into yourself, but you having fun with someone else is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. about you? What's
for guys?
I was like, what's the first thing that attracts you to a guy, Derringer?
Huge cock,
Fucking huge, just
bulge,
Pah!
gray sweats, huge dick, just fucking.
gray sweats. Yup, them gray sweats.
They should
Pah.
just call them dick sweats.
They really should,
Yeah.
honestly.
Mhm.
Like that's just. Anyway. So.
No, for women, physically, I mean, the ass is an obvious one. We've gone over that too many times. But I mean, honestly, posture's a big thing for me now. It didn't
That's all
really used
we
to be
heard.
until like I recently, because it to me posture shows a lot of self-confidence.
Yeah.
In just an image form or just like a shell form, you know.
Mhm.
That kind of where it starts. You can tell if somebody's not very like confident about themselves, and that's not very attractive.
Yeah.
And that kind of leads into like the emotional attraction for me is confidence is a huge thing.
Yeah.
And personality wise, if you can't take a joke, get out of my life.
It's gonna be a lot of
'Cause
jokes tossed back
very
and forth.
sarcastic at all times.
Yeah.
It's like so annoying when you like try to like make a joke and like your friends laugh or people around you laugh and like the one person you're trying to make laughs like, huh? Okay, never mind.
I didn't find that.
I'm gonna go climb. No, but yeah. So physically, ass for always and
For
legs.
always.
I mean, legs is where I started as a little one,
Yeah.
and then it grew to ass.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, posture's a big thing for me.
Yeah.
I think it shows the proper figure of the woman also.
That's a very good point. That's one thing that my mom used to. It's so funny because like I always kind of like
Yeah.
do this, and I can always just think back to my mom. I was in 4th grade. We were like walking down the school hallway or something, and she was like, "Why are you standing like that? You should like bring your chest out." And I was like, "Why? So I can show off my boobs?" And she was like, "Yes, so you can show off your assets, and also because you look more confident." I was
Yeah.
like, "Huh? I didn't put that like." And I used to always, because my mom's like, she's got like boobs and my sister's got boobs, so they always kind of like shrug. And I was like, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Why she would like naturally just be like, no, open your chest
Yeah.
more."
And
you know.
now that you bring that up, I was actually talking to some girlfriends recently, and they were saying how it was like 3 of them, and they were all like they all kind of sit very shrugged and kind of like super slouched, but like they like pull their chest in.
Yeah.
And they feel I don't know if insecure is the right word, but they just didn't feel like confident enough to have their breasts out like that.
Yeah.
And I think has to do, not necessarily like, it might have to do with themselves internally somewhat, but I think it has a lot to do with also how fucked up men have made women feel.
Yep.
And that's just like, I'm like, dude, like I wanted to chime in, but I was like, I don't have a right to say anything here. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I wanted to be like, yeah, fucking be confident, but it was like, that doesn't fucking mean anything to them because they've had obviously like either something happen or fucking guys chirping or some shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
So, guys, don't be dicks.
Yeah. That was actually my response back to my mom when she told me that. And like, I grew up in Santa Ana. I grew up actually kind of everywhere, but mainly in Santa Ana. And I would take the public bus a lot. And I would constantly have, because I developed at a very young age. I was like 8 when I first got my boobs. It was like, I was also
8?
Yeah, I was like chubby, so I was like getting the boobs, and like it was kind of like a chubby, like fat boob type thing. I don't know. Anyway, I developed very early, and so I remember being on the bus and like older men would fucking hit on me, and I was like, dude, I'm a fucking child.
Yeah.
Like, so just I think honestly the male perspective on the female body is kind of like you learn that as a female at a very young age, and so naturally, yes, you do want to like hide yourself. Yeah, you don't want to be exposed, and so that was my big thing for my mom. I was like, I don't want people to look at my chest. Like that's not. I want you to look at my eyes. My eyes are up here, and also naturally, it's like they're not. I've never really loved my boobs like at all. I don't like my boobs really that much at all, but I am also very happy that they're the size that they are because gonna just I feel like if my boobs were bigger, I'd be so much more like
hidden.
Yeah. Like I'd wear way more baggy clothes and stuff because I just don't want my like boobs exposed like that. Like that's actually why I stopped wearing regular bras too, because I didn't want like the cleavage and like to draw attention to that area.
You want to perk them up.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah, exactly. I like sports bras because I
press them down.
Just get rid of them. But no, because I'm also just like very physically active for the most part, so it's easier to like have that. But yeah, I've never really liked the whole like. I get it. It's confident if you like stick your chest out and stuff, but I don't want to draw attention to them. You know, look at my ass all day long because it stands out, but you know, it does its own thing. But like the boobs, nah.
Yeah, it's crazy how. So like it's a very mixed thing. I feel like I think this whole last year has brought out a lot of confidence,
really.
confidence in a lot of women.
Yeah.
Especially over like social media and showing themselves and
OnlyFans.
Right, and like OnlyFans, shit like that, and nude modeling and all that shit. And it's honestly like, even when it came to my hair, I saw so many women like do it and be confident with it, is that they're the ones that like showed me that I was like, all right, fuck it, you know? So like, it's just crazy how so many people, like women included, can like knock other women for being confident finally. It's just so crazy how like it's like, especially when I hear straight men like knock women for doing shit like that. And it's like they're confident and you're attracted to it, but now you're talking shit because they're showing themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is this vicious circle?
Yeah. That really, that bothers me so much because it sucks because whenever you're, you know, for both a guy and a girl, like when you're doing well and you want to like express that with others, and then people just come and bash on you because there's always going to be fucking haters.
It's fucked up.
And that's the thing that sucks because it's like, why are you so jealous that they're living their life how they want to? What are you afraid that you can't do the same thing and that's why you're hating on it? Like you're really coming from a negative place to be like, fuck you for showing off your body like that. Like it's a fucking female body. Like it's a regular human body too. Like not even just females, but like guys too. Like it's a body. Why are we putting so much of like an ick factor to it? You know, like don't fucking hate on people. It's fucked up.
I don't understand it. And it's there's honestly this whole last year I've had so many more women inspire me to like burst out of my own bubble than any male has done for me in my life. Because I feel like you guys work against so much more, and when they're willing to just do it and not give a fuck is like, it's inspiring. Yeah. And so
honestly, like,
and they basically learn to love themselves.
Yes.
And be confident in who they are. It's kind of what partially inspired this podcast for me too. It's like, be open about your sexuality. Who fucking cares? Yeah. If people who are friends or even family and they judge you and they don't want you in their life, fuck them. Yeah. Be yourself. Who cares?
You should attract the people, again, a lot of attraction stuff. You should attract the people that want what's best for you.
Yeah.
And anyone else who's just like being that constant negative, like shit talker, or like is like your homie for the longest time, but they're just like constantly saying something stupid about the way that you're trying to improve yourself.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
you don't need that shit in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking keep them at a distance. You can have them in your life if you want, but like keep them at a distance. Don't
Yeah.
let them like play too much into your own thoughts with your creative and your like outlets of bettering yourself, basically.
Correct.
But yeah, I think a lot of people, and it honestly bothers me so much when chicks do it to other chicks, because I'm just like, dude,
Right?
you know where we're coming from. The fuck? Like,
Yeah.
shut up, stop.
It's so dumb. I think it's like a lot of. I think it has. I mean, I'm not a fucking woman, but I think it has has to do with a lot of jealousy.
That's
And,
that's why.
and not necessarily like in physical like appearance jealousy, but more like, shit, she has the confidence to do that. Why don't I have the confidence to do that?
Exactly. That's why earlier I was like, you're just jealous of like they're living their life the way that they choose
Yeah.
to. What's stopping you from doing it? And it's really just like you're, one, afraid of the stigma, and two, you're just like you lack the confidence to do it,
Yeah.
honestly.
Mhm.
And it's just really sad. And that's why I love when women build each other up, because it's just so fucking cool. And that's another reason why I was like, confidence is really important to me, because like there's like people who, like, I dated a guy in high school who wasn't like super physically hot necessarily. He was like a bigger guy, but
Uh-huh.
he was very confident, and that's what I loved about it. And same thing was like when I find like bigger bodied women,
Uh-huh.
I love, even if you're like on the thicker side, like if you're fucking confident, you work that shit, like, oh my god, yeah, like I'm down, because you are aware of your body, you're aware of how you are as a person, and you're in love with yourself, and that's
Yeah.
really fucking cool, you know?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think so. Just kind of to touch on that, let's touch on like unattractive, like people you're not attracted to.
Okay.
It's like I feel like I get judged when I say I'm not attracted to someone because of like attracted to a woman because of her weight. And I'm not like trying to dog them or something. It's just like
Mhm.
I'm not attracted to that person.
Yeah.
And then but people are like, "Well, what? 'Cause they're fat?" I'm like, they're for my liking, they're just too big for me.
Yeah.
I'll fucking be their friend. I don't give a shit. But
Mhm.
so I don't know how you feel about that, but I just feel in that realm, I feel like I get judged a lot when I say shit like that. I'm not saying it like, I'm not like, oh, fuck that fat bitch. I don't say that shit. But
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, I'm not attracted to that. I don't want that.
No, I think it just depends on who you are as a person too. Like I know you don't mean it in like a rude or like super judgmental way. It's just
Yeah.
like you as yourself, like you like to be active and physical and stuff. And I
Yeah.
feel like if you don't have a partner that kind of has that same type of way of feeling about themselves,
Yeah. I mean,
it's not going to be as attractive to you.
even if they do, like, there's a lot of, say, climbing. There's a lot of larger women and
I know, I love it.
male and females who do the sport, which is fucking awesome. And you see
Mhm.
like someone who's like much larger than the average strong climber, quote
Mhm.
unquote strong climber, and you see them just like still just fucking trucking through it. And you're
Yeah.
like, fuck yeah, go, go, go.
Mhm.
And then but I'm still, doesn't mean like just 'cause you do similar things with me, just 'cause like, let's kind of take it back to the beginning, like just 'cause you do those things, like say you do any of those 5 things, similarity, proximity, all that, if you do any of that, doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna be attracted to that person.
Yeah, no. Or else you'd be
Um,
attracted to like almost almost everyone,
Right.
which wouldn't work.
But yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to kind of touch on that, just because I think people need to understand that just because you're not attracted to someone doesn't mean that you're trying to like talk shit or like
Mhm.
talk down on that person. It's like you're allowed to not be attracted to certain
Yeah.
people.
And
Just-
then again, people have different levels of attraction.
Yeah.
Like some people do find that like people that are bigger a lot more attractive,
Mhm.
and it's like it's honestly just depends on you.
Yeah,
It's
and there's
to each
even
their
there's
own.
like there's bigger girls who I'm like, damn, she's got a beautiful face,
Mhm.
but the rest of like her is not attractive to me, so
Mhm.
I won't put myself into that.
Yeah.
So there's like you can even like, if you, it can be shallow, but you can even like pull people apart in a way, which can be very toxic. But then like you want it to work, but it's not going to work because there's just too much on the negative side.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah. I think we could probably wrap it up around there. What do you think? Do you have anything else you want to talk on the attraction / self-investment?
I mean, we can keep talking about you because if we talk about me, it's going to get very depressing very fast.
I don't want to talk about me anymore. I talk about me too much. All right, then I guess we can wrap it up. Ari.
Yes.
Where can people find you?
They can find me on the gram.
Yay.
Under Anaira Ellie. So that is ANNAIRAELLIE.
Yay.
Woo!
Woo!
Where can they find you, Derringer?
Well, Ari, they can find us. First and foremost, they can find us at Sexual Relations Pod on both Instagram and YouTube. So we now have, I almost said season. We have episode 3, 7, and 8 up on YouTube right now. We've gotten a few views, and I've gotten some comments from friends and stuff, and they love it, which
That's
is awesome. So if you guys want to, if you have anything you want us to talk about, or if you had opinions on anything we've talked about, please comment on YouTube, or you can DM us on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Again,
Message
it's
us.
Sexual Relations Pod on both Instagram and YouTube. And yeah, please message us if you have to say anything to us.
Yeah.
Even if you disagree, whatever, we'll
Yeah.
talk about it. Or if you have a suggestion for an episode and you want opinions of two kids,
Two
two
goobers.
yeah. But yeah, then you can find myself at on Instagram at Derringer Silva. It's DerringerSilva. I couldn't have a longer name, right? So yeah, that was our episode on attraction. Episode
9.
Yay! Episode 9. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. And
Thank
if you're
you so
on
much,
YouTube,
guys.
thank you for watching. You guys have a fantastic day /evening/morning or whatever you're doing.
Whatever
for your
you're
day.
doing, yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.